the building right here at Powerhouse Studios, Rough Riders Radio, The Pit. We got Ceda, got Barz right here in the hot seat in The Pit. What's good, Ceda? How you doing?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Ride Along.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Happy to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. It's a blessing.
There's so much, like, I met you at Harlem Week. You're a cousin of a friend of ours, so, you know, they brought you to our attention, like, you know, once you hear my family's music.
Right.
And, you know, and at first I was like, okay, yeah. You know, but
right.
then when I heard
Are you sure?
Right. And then when I heard your music, I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
Like, she for real.
Exactly.
I was surprised,
exactly.
you know, and you don't get that because most female artists that are always like, now they're just talking about their bodies and things like that.
And but
you had something to say, like you have something to talk about. So we're gonna get into, you know, who you are and what you're doing and like how you got into this business, you know, the music business. So, you know, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, like, you know, let's start at the beginning.
That's a long time ago. My name is Ceda. That's not my real name, but y'all don't even know that.
That's none of our business.
I'm from Long Island.
What was your upbringing like in Long Island? Like, because I heard like different views from this. So I personally want to know, like, from your point of view, like, what was it like growing up? And specifically, what part?
Where I'm from in Long Island is called Mastic Beach. Honestly, everyone around me, I mean, it's pretty impoverished. There's not money there. They don't put money there. They don't put anything for people to do there. So the crime was pretty heavy. There's a lot of racial tension. I was like the only, or maybe there was one other biracial person growing up at that time. So it kind of felt like you're a crime walking around. You know what I mean? But then you have
in Long Island, you don't think that they're like, you know, impoverished area.
Yo, Long Island is really not sweet. I don't know where people be getting that from. Long Island is not sweet at all. It's just, I mean, it's the same stigma. Like, I mean, you know, depending on what part you walk in Brooklyn, like you could have they gentrified stuff, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of places that's money out there, but all those places I've never been to in my life, you know what I mean? Like, couldn't go there, they ain't have money to go there, like, you know, everybody else.
Do you feel like it was pressure on you being like, you know, biracial and female at the same time and being around there? Because you say, you know, it's not sweet and then it wasn't like a polished area and stuff like that. So you feel like any type of more pressure than usual, or was it just normal out of the gate for you?
As far as like the music's concerned, just being able to walk around and like just living through that. The pressure, that's what you mean?
Yeah, like, you know, cause you, like I said, like I heard like different like point of view, so I don't know like what type of pressure like you felt. Like other people might have, you know, felt like it wasn't a lot, you know. But
nah, I mean, pretty much
speaking and stuff.
I think everybody pretty much has the same story about certain parts. I mean, even like my man, they from Wyandanch. Like a lot of people even out in the boroughs, everybody really know about certain areas. But I mean, it's not. It was bad, you know, it was bad. Like, it was bad. I don't know how else to say it. It was not, it wasn't good. You know, I think a lot of people just going through the same stuff back then. Everybody going through traumas. People are having to worry about helping parents pay bills, or most of us was homeless. Yeah. You know, like when we were 12, 13, you angry. You're angry, you worried about school. You can't worry about school, you know what I mean? Like, there's other stuff to worry about, and I think that's a big part of too, like what I rap about. Like, a lot of people seem to think that there's more masculinity in women that, you know, are a certain way, but it's like if we both grew up in the same way, the same spot, and we had to go through the same stuff, why wouldn't we have a story to tell about the same thing? You know what I mean? Just from a different perspective.
So do you think your music will be accepted because you're not rapping about what most of the females what we're hearing on the radio now?
1,000%.
Think that you're going to be more open to it?
1,000%. I feel like everybody's open to it because really, who wants to hear about that? Like, the people I make music for are not people that are listening to are not people that are listening to stuff like that. People I make music for are people that, you know, been through life, and, you know, I'm trying to encourage people now, like, you know, we got stuff to do. Like, I started rapping, really, like, trying to take it serious. Like, when my best friend got shot and killed, that was, like, the last of them. You know what I mean? Like, at the time, like, people I grew up with, people ran in the house and offed everybody at one time. Like it's like that was my motivation, my driving force, because I said the people that I have left, like people are not gonna live like this anymore. You know what I mean? But like that's a story to tell. There's a lot of things that have been manipulated by media and by this agenda, and these women that they put in limelight, they're not doing nothing for everybody else. You don't have a lot of females that are. What am I relating to with that? You're not talking about anything. You know what I mean? So I feel like anybody who is anybody I care about listening to my music, they're all gonna be receptive to it.
They're gonna get it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too that's been weird for me. Like my streams, so far, majority of my audience is men. I think it's 99% men, which is also good because I try to like stick up. I feel like there's a war against men nowadays, especially right now, heavy. So I try to put that into my music. And
so why do you think the majority is it men? Because is it because of how you look?
No, I think it's because, honestly, I get a lot of respect. Like, when people, because I've been out here grinding. Like, I left everything. I left my kids, my house, my career. I had a good career. It's not like I wasn't making money. Like, I made sure I would make money.
Yeah, you're telling me, you're doing your thing.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I think people see the grind and they respect it. But, again, I try to bring a limelight to certain things, like, that make women understand that some of the ways that they go about stuff. Like, I feel like our men are suffering from mother issues. A lot of women kind of got into this space where they were so beat down by generational traumas. They're having kids and not really raising them. And so now nobody's speaking on stuff like that. Nobody's speaking on the fact that, like, hey, look, you can't just like have kids with somebody and then go take them for child support because they don't want to be with you. Like, there's a lot of things that need to be spoken on that nobody's speaking about.
Now, see, those type of topics can be real controversial and like, I wouldn't say work against you, but like anytime, like now it seems like anybody's talking against one, when you say gender or genre, of people, and saying that basically letting black women know, hey, this is where you're lacking and this is where you need to like pick up to support black men, because this is an ongoing topic with black women and being independent and still wanting to be in relationships and how they handle that. Right. So having that type of music, I mean, do you feel like that's what's going to set you apart, or you think it can hinder you in a way?
I mean, some people might not like stuff, but at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. And I feel like in order to change things, the truth got to be said. And I'm just the type of person, like, I'm say it. You can't, take it or leave it. The people that don't support are people that don't matter anyway, because you're not going to be loyal to my music. You're not going to be looking out for when I drop something. You're not really going to be supportive in the sense that I want fans to be. But I feel like, again, it's stuff that needs to be said, and if we want to see a change in the culture and a change in what we're doing, like, somebody's got to say it. So instead of it being, say, a privileged white woman or something that's speaking on these topics, like, instead it'd be somebody, I mean, it's not biased. It's not like I, didn't go through the same stuff, but there's other options. You got to help yourself. You can't go, punishing.
And they want to hear it from you more than anybody else. Somebody that's
I think so. I'm unbiased. I think I'm pretty unbiased when it comes to stuff too. I don't like make decisions just because of my personal opinion. It's I weigh it out. And at the end of the day, it's not logical, then I'll speak on that or so forth. So you ain't got no choice but to respect it. You might not like it, you gotta respect it.
There you go. I want to get into some of your music, because we can continue to talk. We can have a whole conversation, but I want to, everybody hear your music, check it out. So let's get into a lot. You've been working hard. Where do you want to start?
Uncommon is my mixtape that I released in April. I think I was saying I did everything. I didn't do any promo or nothing. I'd only been rapping for like 9 months and got that together. It's supposed to be a collection, short, so that people don't lose attention span, but of like your ascension journey, like when you hit rock bottom and you gotta make a choice, like, are you gonna take the way you feel and do something, like believe in yourself and go after what you want, or are you gonna like let that crash you and just determine your future? So each song on that track, on the album is 15. It's supposed to be like your stages from the rock bottom,
right,
and then how your mindset changes. And so it's timeless in a sense. Like, and anybody, regardless of what you're going through, male or female, you should be able to relate to it. And there's a lot of things, you know, like just getting your rage out and stuff, but ultimately coming into your power. So, I guess you could start either with the first one or.
What's up with Trap-A-Lot?
Trap-A-Lot?
Yeah, what's up with Trap-A-Lot?
What's up with it?
Let's start there. Alright, you want to start
Music's
there?
expensive, so that's why that song got made. Yeah, you can start there if you want.
Alright, we'll mix it up and move it around. And then when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about, you know, things you got going on and possibly do a freestyle and talk about battle rapping and all that kind of stuff when you get you started. Alright, let's get into it. This is Ceda got Barz, New Music Monday right now on the Ryde.